Hey guys, welcome to London Lit YouTube channel. Welcome if you're new and welcome if you're not. So guys, today we're talking about Megan Thee Stallion. Yep, it's another crazy celebrity. So Megan Thee Stallion has been sued by her former employee. Why? Because she withheld payments. She made an abusive work environment, including having sex right in front of this man's face with a woman in a moving car. Now, she's being, charged with harassment. She made sexual comments. She also was fat shaming. And he wants his pay, which is fair enough. You do a job, you want to get paid. And, he also wants damages. And, he's entitled to go for these under California labor laws. Now, quite typical of all these celebrities who find themselves in court, Megan claims that this guy is just making this employment claim because, he wants money, that there was no sexual harassment. And basically, she's saying that he's trying to embarrass her. Garcia, who is, taking her to court, he worked with Megan. He worked for her full-time in 2019. They went on a trip to Ibiza. Megan began having sex in an SUV that they were traveling in together. He was feeling really uncomfortable. He kind of froze. He was shocked, as you would be shocked if you're traveling with somebody and the next minute you turn around, there they are just having sex right next to you. And as he said, she had the audacity to do this by his side, which I agree with him. If I get in a car with somebody, I'm not expecting to turn my eye to the side and there they are, busting it wide open, having sex right next to me. And don't think like, oh yeah, but this is Megan Thee Stallion. No, you have to think about this as your work, your work boss. So anyone you're working with, think about this right now. You're at work, you're in the office, whatever job you do. When you go somewhere with your work colleague who is in charge of you, do you expect to turn around and see them having sex? It's like, if they're having sex, have sex in private. But, that is not your job to be watching them, have sex. That was definitely not in the list of duties when you signed the work contract. So anyway, she was having sex with this woman. He said inappropriate, but we can imagine, the shock of seeing your boss, as I said, busting it wide open with some woman, when you're out, working. So that's what basically happened. I didn't know Megan was into women, but clearly. Although Jaguar the other day did say that she knows for a fact that Megan Thee Stallion is actually not, female. She was actually born a male and that she is actually a transgender. Now, I'm not saying it's necessarily true, but I wouldn't rule it out. Nothing shocks me with these celebrities. She doesn't look impossible to be a man. Do you know what I'm saying? She doesn't look like this woman can most definitely not have been a former man. Megan then seems to have turned nasty on him. So she took him off monthly salary. And then she flung him onto an ad hoc payment system, which means he was getting, less bookings. He was getting treated different, number 4. And she was like, you can't take employment with anybody else. She made that very clear he couldn't work with anybody else. She then had the audacity to be calling him a fat bitch, telling him to spit your food out. You don't need to be eating. Now, I remember when people were calling her fat. I remember when people were calling her nasty. So, but there she goes. You remember when Lizzo was fat shaming as well? Now, you can imagine how this guy felt. He said, he felt degraded. He was in emotional distress because of her behaviour. And to see somebody who, goes around saying, body positive things, this really shook him. He also underwent some physical injuries due to Megan's alleged behaviour. So I'm going to assume this woman put hands on him. Now, when Tory Lanez, shot this woman's foot, I sympathised with her. I was like, that is so wrong of him to shoot anybody. But now I see this woman is rolling different than I thought. This woman seems to be rolling like a bitch, if the rumours are true. Why does she think she can put her hands on her employees? Now, I don't know if this bitch is cracked up or what, but, if she's been doing the things he says, then I hope he wins the money. More of these people in this industry need to understand, follow the normal employment rules, okay? We don't give a shit if you've got money. They always feel like they can say, oh, you just want their money. No, at normal, don't nobody want to see their boss having sex next to them. Nobody wants to see that shit. Don't be letting people go to work and you have the audacity to put hands on people at work. Now, Megan's 5'10", so she's on the taller end for women. Now, I don't know if she felt like, you know, she can, you know, fight a man, but I don't think so. I think this chick felt like she can put hands on him because he ain't gonna throw hands back because she's an alleged woman. Bet she wouldn't be throwing hands if it was Chris Brown. She wouldn't be throwing no hands at Chris, would Megan? Because Megan would know how Chris is going to handle that business. So I don't understand why this woman thinks she can put hands on, you know, a man who's probably a decent guy who would not hit a woman. But this woman thinks she's going to slap him up. You know, she feels like she's this big star. It's a lucky opportunity for him. And there ain't shit he can do about it because she's going to come along and say, he just wants my money. So there you go, guys. Another celebrity who thinks they can, you know, do whatever they want to their employees. These celebs don't stop. Whether it's sexual assault, you know, not paying you, stealing music that doesn't belong to them. They think they can do it all. They think they're, you know, above the law. They think they're above, you know, the average regular person. And, you know, let's hope if she's done these things, she gets some consequences. You know, we're tired of the, you know, P. Diddy's, the Megan Thee Stallions, the Lizzos. You know, we're sick of the bullshit, you know. Just follow the rules like every other employer and give that goddamn man his money. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll definitely see you guys in another one.